In the beginning, the average man-child only dreamt that one day, he can enjoy a fresh slice of za with the boys while talking about random topics average human beings may deem deplorable, disgusting, and maybe even downright insulting. Now an average man-child who cannot consume that sweet succulent za brings that dream to life with this meaningless podcast, which showcases how far humanity has fallen. Bless all forms of intelligence.
Hello, welcome back to the Pizza Zone podcast where I talk about things and you listen to them. Today I have special guests Nathan and Devon.
I'm gay.
Are you?
No.
Is it coming out?
No, I don't kiss boys.
You don't?
No, I lied.
You lied? Why must you lie to me?
Sorry, puppy.
Oh, man.
Alright, well, how are you doing, boys? How's it been? How's it been hanging?
I am doing fantastic. Let me just tell you. Oh man, I had the greatest Christmas ever. I woke up.
Yeah, what'd you do?
I woke up in the morning, took a fat shit. All right, that was the first thing I did. That was the first thing I did. Got it all out.
That's
Got all
fantastic.
Christmas presents.
Oh yeah, and, you know it wasn't like one of those like soupy ones. Like it wasn't like diarrhea. Or
Yeah,
anything
really.
Like that.
Go into more fucking detail, please.
But it was like the perfect consistency where you didn't really have to wipe all that much.
Oh my fucking god.
You've been waiting to tell this story all day, haven't you?
I really have.
Nobody
Yeah.
wants to listen.
I think we both know the first thing that you were thinking about when you woke up this morning was whether I took a shit or not. Okay.
Yeah, it's on my mind quite a lot.
Nathan's bowel movements are always on my mind. What about you, Devin? Any bowel movements?
Well, I previously briefed you. No shit stories. I'm not a fucking weirdo. But I already told you the story that I briefed you earlier on the fucking squirrels that come.
Oh yeah, elaborate on that. Elaborate on the squirrel story.
I will. I have a nice. Well, I live in a townhouse, and I have a nice little bird feeder attached to a tree. You know, attracts all the birds. It's good. We get sparrows. We get woodpeckers. It's great. It's wonderful.
Pretty
We
cool.
just watch birds. I have no life. Whatever. So we also have squirrels, and these fucking squirrels, they come over and they fucking knock that shit down every fucking day, dude.
They're nuts.
Yes, but they're
I shall proceed to kill myself.
they pull some gymnastics type shit, and they hang onto the branch, and they reach over and they knock the whole fucking thing down. So him and his little squirrel friends can come and eat the seeds off the ground every day,
What?
and they leave none for the birds.
Such dicks.
I have a
The
chipmunk
nerve.
problem in my backyard. So like every summer, I set out these huge traps to catch them.
Yeah.
Every day, I go out there. I put a little apple slice in there, right? I wait like 2 or 3 hours. There's nothing there. The apple's taken away.
No,
And
they're
I
not that smart.
I hear little chitter chatter in the bushes. Then they're laughing at me. They're making fun of me.
Alvin and the Chipmunk strikes again. But are they like the
Alvin and
traps? Are they like the traps where they walk in? It's kind of like a.
It's like one of those. It's the humane traps. Like you put the little apple or whatever in it, and then
And then the IED goes off. It's humane.
It's also a little tripwire and a big boulder rolls down a hill and crushes.
It's as humane as you can get.
Some Indiana Jones type shit.
Yeah. No, because that's what my stepdad does. He
Puts
straps.
IEDs in
Yeah, he
the
does.
traps.
Yeah, he's a retired fucking Taliban officer. No, he traps squirrels in his backyard because he's got a nice, bodacious, huge fucking backyard, and all the squirrels, all the animals frequent there. But they do the same thing to him. They knock over his bird feeders. So he has to either shoot them with his pellet gun or trap them and release them in parks. Or release them on.
Now that we've established the problem, right? These squirrels,
And chipmunks.
we've defined them as the enemy. The next step is making our plan of attack. We shall declare war on the chipmunks and the squirrels of the world.
Scorch it earth.
Yes.
Just set fire to my
Burn the
backyard.
trees.
Well, if you think about it, like, if we eliminate them from the earth, what are the repercussions? Are there any? Who eats them?
Trees.
Yes, trees.
Cats
squirrels.
eat them.
Cats, like feral cats.
Foxes.
We don't need feral cats either.
Exactly. So it'll take out 2 problems.
Foxes. Fantastic Mr. Fox. You don't want him showing up to your door, knocking on it and saying, excuse me, do you have any squirrels? Any chipmunks?
Sorry, we wiped them out from the face of the earth.
Next thing you know, they'll be in our trash cans like those stupid raccoons.
Yeah.
We should
Those
declare
trash
war
cans.
on them too.
Vermin.
And the bears. Don't forget the bears.
The bears will come
fucking
down
bears.
from the mountains, wreak
Oh,
havoc
yes.
on the towns.
Oh yeah.
Oh, lumber over. Oh, fucking Fat shit.
Don't say
600
fat shit again. I have PTSD. No, but it's like, that's what I've always wondered. Like, like, nobody likes mosquitoes. They're gay and they just suck your blood. And they give you
That is
AIDS
pretty gay.
and malaria and all these types of diseases.
Oh, wow, that really is gay.
I know. And
I didn't even make those connections.
so we should just wipe them out from the face of the planet. And I heard...
Mosquitoes?
Yeah. Mosquitoes. And I heard that there are some scientists... Now, this just fucking sucks. They're breeding these mosquitoes that when they mate in the wild, like, the kids... like don't grow up or something like, and they're like they're like sterile or something. So they'll mate, but no kids will come out. So they're trying to like eliminate the fucking population like that, or give them like.
But what about the frogs?
What about the bats?
What about Kermit and the frogs?
Kermit and the frog.
Kermit and the frogs.
Fuck the Muppets. Fun fact: I haven't seen one single Muppet movie.
What?
And you want to know what? That's okay.
You know, it is okay. They all suck, honestly.
Really?
It's an unpopular opinion, but
Now imagine being an actor. You get paid for sticking your hand up a puppet's asshole and speaking for 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Can you imagine that?
It's
That's
not
the
something-
life.
What if the
That's the
Muppet
life.
needs to take a fat shit? Like,
Stop, dude! Come on.
and your hand's already in there? Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
They'll just come out the sides and
Yeah, it's actually
Kissy.
all puppets are submissive. They like the dominant.
They're submissive.
They like the dominant to come and slip their little nice little hand under.
That's why all their voices are so high pitched.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's hands up their ass the entire time.
It makes more sense now.
Yeah, right?
But I still won't watch a Muppet movie.
Yeah, it's part of the Muppet. I go to the Muppet Wiki once a week, and I look up personality traits, and they're all submissive. That's the
Yeah,
reason.
and you want to know what? I was recently on that Muppet Wiki, and I saw, you know how they got the little character? I looked up Kermit the Frog, and under his status it said deceased. But here's the thing. I may have just spoiled the season finale of The Muppets. Because it's now a TV show,
It got canceled
Is
like
it
2
really?
years ago.
Okay, well, they revived it secretly, and it got... And Kermit's dead.
Oh yeah,
right?
they're
He's
bringing
deceased.
it back on the Disney streaming service. They have a Disney streaming service now.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Disney XD.
Oh.
No, I thought that was the television show.
Disney Squee then.
Oh, okay. Disney Stream.
Disney Stream.
Disney hot streaming sexy sticky stream.
that face you made.
I don't know. I haven't seen Disney in quite some time now.
Disney? Yeah.
I'm mature. I'm mature. All I
Oh
do...
my god, they're making a Kim Possible movie and it looks absolutely garbage.
Is it live action?
Yeah.
And
It looks like something they made on like the fucking CW for like $50.
You know,
Oh,
honestly,
my
I'd
God.
still see it. That shit's my childhood. Yo, I used to have a major crush on Kim. She's hot as
I used to have a major crush on the mole rat.
the mole rat.
The mole rat.
Yeah, so let me just
Ooh.
stick my dick in a mole rat's ass.
Spin them around, have some fun.
Oh yeah.
Are they submissive?
Mole rats?
Why don't you ask one? You're talking to one right now.
Whoa!
Oh.
Easy.
Pretty hot.
Actually, I take that as a compliment.
Mole rat?
They have big old chompers.
Big old chompers. They're also blind. I
Big
think.
pearly whites. They're blind.
They're pretty thick.
They're pretty thick. They're all skinny.
And I don't think they have like.
They slim thick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think they have fur either.
Curvy. What?
Do they have fur?
Now that's a good question.
Nathan, you have fur.
You know, all I'm thinking about is that.
What are you
It
thinking
took me a
about?
second to process that. I was thinking about that one dude from The Lion King. You know, that really skinny.
The mole rat.
motherfucker?
The mole rat guy.
Is he a mole rat too?
The skinny. You mean Rafiki? The fucking priest?
Speaky. The one who hangs around with the boar.
Oh,
Timon.
Timon.
Yeah. That's what I keep thinking about.
No, he's a meerkat.
A meerkat, gotcha.
It's kind of like the inferior version.
I kind of want to fuck one of those, yo.
Yeah, it's just Pumbaa's ravenous horns entering all crevices of my body. It's very interesting.
They call me Mr. Pig.
The Hakuna Matata.
You know, they were trying to. I read this on CNN the other day. Hakuna Matata is cultural appropriation, apparently.
Yeah.
Because I looked at it at first and I was like, what is this shit? And then I read it and I was like, huh.
Whose culture though?
Because
Really
like
think about it.
I think it's like an actual song, like an actual phrase or song, and like
Some African.
yeah, I think
I don't
Swahili or something.
Hey, you want to know what? At the chorus concert the other day, they sung this African-esque chant, and the words Hakuna Matata were there in that song. Nobody seemed to like care, but I think they're real words. They gotta be.
I think the reason why they said it was cultural appropriation in the first place is because Disney tried to patent the phrase.
Oh,
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You think every time I'm gonna say Hakuna Matata, I'm paying Disney
You
royalties?
gotta pay Disney a shiny quarter
No, fuck
every
that
time you
shit.
say it.
They're rich
They
enough,
can
dude.
suck my dick. Honestly.
Disney is the biggest like monopoly. today, I
At
feel
least they provide us young boys with lovely stars, Disney stars like Debbie Ryan,
like Kim Possible.
Kim Possible.
They'll never be as big of a star as SpongeBob though.
SpongeBob, yeah.
Yeah, didn't the creator of that die?
Yeah, Steven
Rest in
Hillenburg.
peace.
Rest in Pepperini.
That's pretty good. Imagine like making a show last for how many years was that? Like,
It's still going on. It's still like what, like 20
I was
years?
watching it yesterday.
yeah.
No joke. What was the okay? It wasn't the Christmas episode because that's gay.
Eh.
What
It was
the
a-
Christmas
it
the
was
special one?
It was one of the better ones. It was the fucking. Why can't I think of it?
Think.
I will.
Think hard.
All right, the time allotted for you has expired.
It was the
Moving
one
on
where
back.
Squidward had to babysit Pearl. You know what I'm talking
I
about?
didn't see that one.
I don't remember that.
Oh shit.
I only remember very few, like the hibernation one. Remember that?
I do remember that one.
That is fantastic, dude. That and the snowball one. They're throwing snowballs at Squidward and shit, and they're having a battle.
Oh yeah.
Just the winter Christmas.
Finland.
Stop.
Right, dude, all right, let's reenact a scene from SpongeBob right now. You be Patrick,
All right.
I'm SpongeBob, and you be
Squidward.
Squidward.
Hey, Patrick. Patrick, what are you doing over there? Hey, Squidward, what do you think Patrick's up to?
I don't know, but can you morons keep it down?
Take your clarinet and put it in your asshole.
Patrick, that's not nice to say.
SpongeBob, the lost episodes.
They all showed up to the
Cutscenes.
studio. They all showed up to the studio drunk one day, and they just started recording stuff. And they just had to make an episode out of it.
I could totally see that shit.
Oh.
Dude, can you imagine how close the actors must have been to do the same show for those many years? They probably like shaved each other's asses or something. You know what I mean? Like the real intimate stuff that you only do when you're married.
You think they like role
What?
played at that?
What?
Think that's what people do when they get married? Like on
Yeah.
their honeymoon, they just, all right,
Shave each
whip out
other's
the razor,
asses.
let's go.
Yeah, like come here, honey. Like my ass needs to get shaved. Who's gonna do it?
A
Who else
professional-
can do it? You can't do it. Your eyes are back there.
No, I mean you could guess and check, but you know how far that gets you.
Yeah.
Guess and check. Then you
Next
have
thing
like
you know, you
patches.
Yeah.
cut open your asshole and then.
You're bleeding everywhere. You have to go
Yeah.
to the ambulance, and then you have to explain to the doctor, I tried to shave my ass, and it didn't work.
And they'll mistake it for period blood. Bro, you want
On your ass?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
your. It's a male period. I don't know.
It could get in your ass. Maybe.
Okay,
I don't
so
know.
we need to talk about this one fantastic event that happened in school. I'm leaving my pre-calc class, and we're one of the last to leave, and I'm looking on the chair, and there's just blood all over this fucking chair, and I'm trying to think who sits there. It's a fucking Indian girl, and I was like, stop, did this happen? I looked at my friend, dude, and we couldn't stop laughing, and the teacher is like, oh, guys, don't make fun. And I could not stop laughing. I'm like, ew, bro, this is terrible. And then we proceeded to walk out. I'll never forget it. It was actually fucking stained in
That's
blood.
terrible. I feel bad.
But you know,
Yeah.
like, in India, though, like, they don't fucking use hygiene products. They don't use, like...
Well, because
They-
like most of the country's in poverty, right?
Because there's
I know, but
1.3
it's like a
billion
cultural
people. You know
thing,
how
too.
hard it is to get
Okay.
1.3 billion tampons out
No,
there?
no. But it's like it's actually like a cultural thing, though.
They
don't
airdrop
fucking
them
do
like
it.
the Salvation Army or something. They just have big planes and start airdropping tampons.
It would be better. I think it's okay. The Salvation Army can fund those things. Tampons for the
Yeah,
Indians.
that dollar that you threw into the bucket on Christmas that goes to a little girl in India.
Yeah, so she can get a nice little...
No, they just roll up the dollar bill.
Oh, fuck it, they use that shit instead. That is effective.
That'd be
Allocation
that'd be a
resource.
culling too, because like, isn't money like really poisonous and dirty?
Yeah. Fucking some weird ass diseases and shit. Because everybody's hands. are
Yeah,
on it.
everyone's passing around money, like cash and coins.
Isn't that like the? It's like some movie where there's some like epidemic where there's some disease spread on cash or or something. You ever seen that?
That sounds like a good idea, but I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Some
I've
type of
never
movie.
heard of that.
It's like some like terrorist.
Some, like, B-rated movie.
Maybe some terrorists. They put a disease on cash and it just flows around. Everybody dies or some shit. Like
Okay,
pandemic, but better.
Birdemic?
Birdemic. The birds.
Did you ever see that movie, Birdemic?
I have dignity, of course. I do.
It's so bad. It's like actually bad. It's terrible.
But it's about birds.
It's like this movie. It's like a drama, like a dramedy type thing. And guess what? There's like little birds flying around, but the birds look like they're ripped straight out of like MS Paint or something, and they're just flying around people.
Oh, no. Is that the same? Is that Alfred Hitchcock's one?
No, that's the birds.
Oh, that's just the birds.
That's way better. Just watch that.
I mean, and then you got like Sharknado and shit.
Oh, I watched all 5. There's 5.
Stop!
Movies,
No,
right?
you didn't.
Yes, I have.
You did?
I watched them all in order, all at the same time.
Did you?
They got worse and worse and think about how bad the first one was, right? They got worse and worse as they went on.
Really?
Like how many? The premise is the same, I'm guessing, right? There's a tornado.
Yeah, it's a tornado with
basically
sharks
just,
in it.
a bunch of sharks come flying out of nowhere, and like a fucking tornado, they just come falling out of the sky. They eat some dude. Some dude crawls inside its belly, cuts himself out. He gets eaten again. Like it's the same shit.
Again. That's just.
There's some guy throwing grenades. Like There's grenades. There's sharks. There's rain. Same shit.
It's a bloody good time.
That's quite a good time. Shark fin soup for days, dude.
Shark fin
Tasty.
soup?
You ever had that shit?
Shark fin soup?
Shark fin soup?
No.
Shark fin soup. Oh.
Yeah, is that like a thing in? I thought it was a thing in Australia, right? Like shark fin
It's a
soup?
thing. It's a delicacy somewhere. Because
Except
It
for
was either
over there.
Japan or Australia. I heard about that shark fin soup.
I don't know. They should hunt other things like
Yeah, sharks are
like beta
endangered.
males.
Like man,
yeah, like man, it's just hunt.
beta males. Like you just see giant like game trucks, like African game trucks come up, and there's like a stampede of beta males running down the street.
Just fucking gun them down.
Like just shoot a harpoon at them.
Just have like a pitfall trap where they can just fall into nets. You can,
Like a Vietnamese like pootie
yes,
stick trap.
Exactly.
Now we're getting the more efficient methods.
They're all doing
catch
like
them
the
all
new
at
male
once.
smile.
Don't waste that ammo.
Yeah, like rope them up like dolphins in fishing nets. There you
Exactly,
go.
and then just put them over a big fire.
roast them.
Exactly.
So there's that. You can use the game trucks. You can also use underage anime titties. That'll probably get them too.
No, that's the bait. That's not how you kill them. That's the bait.
Oh, that's just the bait. That's...
What do you think? It's like Indiana Jones. They see it and their face starts melting off.
Yeah, no, they get so you know, embarrassed that
They get so
they
embarrassed.
just turn red and they just fucking die. All the blood flow goes to their penis and they can't like function anymore.
They put their hand over the mouth like, oh no, and they keel over and die from the embarrassment.
Fatality.
I mean, I can see it happening.
Finish him.
I think it could happen.
I'd say
day I
both
see
methods are
the
realistic.
day I see game trucks shooting at like beta males while they're doing the beta male smile, I'm gonna pass on to another dimension. Probably.
Well, that's okay. Once we get rid of that oppressed group of society, we'll move on to furries too. We'll just start eliminating these fantastic
Also,
groups.
we're killing beta males before furries.
Well, there's a tier list. There's a tier list, all right?
There's a tier list.
And I'm guessing beta males go first, all right? I don't know.
Have you ever seen the beta male smile? The new male smile? Like they always smile like
Beta males probably
they smile. They always show their teeth. They're always like smiling with their mouth like wide open.
Beta males probably taste better than furries anyway.
Yeah, furries. You gotta think about like the
you got all
tainted meat under there with all the sweat and
Yeah. Nasty.
the cum and.
Plus you gotta shave them.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking about becoming taking commissions from furries.
I'm thinking about becoming a furry.
No, taking commissions from furries to draw some furry art. I bet they charge like $80
It's so
for that shit.
bizarre. Like I've never I don't judge, but like
What are you doing?
I don't know. Like it's so weird. It's such a weird like thing that
Listen,
has arisen.
All for
You want to fuck a pig or some shit? You want to fuck a wolf? You can go do that. Have a good time. But it's still fucking weird. That doesn't change the fact that it's weird.
Weird. It's pretty bizarre. There's also this video of like horse people too. Like they dress up in like horse attire. Like not as like a horse. Not like not in like a horse fursuit, but they have like leather and like cleats that look like horseshoes.
Do they have that horse mask that you all see?
Yeah.
I actually own one of those.
You do?
Yeah.
Like a game.
Are you a horse person?
I mean, I appreciate their large, frame and their
Hooves.
their hooves.
Their big furry manes.
And their impressive running speed.
And
They're
their
fast.
legs.
They're fast creatures.
They're quite fast.
Indeed.
Yeah, I love to ride them too sometimes. You know what I mean? Got a nice little saddle. Nice little saddle. I got nice little spurs.
Got really quiet.
Listen, all right. You said you don't judge.
I don't.
All for self-expression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We live in a day and age where anyone can do whatever the hell they want to do.
Yeah, like that one guy that won the video game awards came out in that fursuit.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, he's also gay. He said, kind of like you, Nathan.
Only for you.
Only for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think there's certain people like that who are only like I was like I'd go gay for somebody like that, like, but seriously, not even like as a meme.
I believe what's the word for it? It's like pansexual or something.
No, that's when you like
that's
when you like frying pans and shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like metal.
That's on fuckery.
What?
Pansexual. That's a good one. That's a good one.
No. It's not pansexual. It's
like
just...
you just see like somebody like walking down the aisle and they remove the veil and it's just a frying pan.
No stick.
No stick. It's just a frying pan.
Is it a hot frying pan? That's the question.
Yeah, it's got curvature.
It's a greased up frying pan.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not what I was talking about. I meant like physically hot.
Oh, like physically. Oh, like it's hot to the touch.
Hot to the touch.
Yeah,
you gotta be careful. You gotta have those oven mitts on.
Yeah, if you try to stick your dick in it, then it might hurt it.
Where are you gonna put? It's a frying pan.
You never seen that? Like at the end of the handle. The end of the handle, there's a little hole.
Oh,
you have to have like a micro penis to get it through, but I mean,
like a charred little Hitler penis.
Yeah.
Did you know? You knew that? Right? Did you know that?
I did know
Hitler
that.
had a micro penis. That's probably why he killed so many people, because he was so ashamed of himself.
I'd love to give that a
makes
try.
sense.
That would.
I think this is a working theory.
I love how he was like preaching to like Aryans and all that stuff, but he looked nothing like what he preached. Like he wasn't blind, he had blue eyes.
He kind of looked like Johnny Bravo a little bit. You know? I mean, I see a similarity.
Johnny Bravo is pure Aryan.
Yeah, he's got the blonde hair.
Hey, sexy Aryan mama.
He's got the nice body frame, the extremely skinny waist.
You know, I saw somebody like that who had like tiny little Johnny Bravo legs, but like a giant like upper body.
Yeah, skipping leg day. We've seen that. Well, I haven't really seen that. I don't see that.
I love that.
I want to see that.
I mean,
Johnny Bravo live action movie starring John Stamos as Johnny Bravo.
And then you got the fucking. Do we know who's cast for the Shrek reboot?
I mean, I heard that they're bringing back the old cast.
Really?
I heard they're trying to bring back the old cast.
That's
Myers and.
That's the only way it would be okay.
Because honestly, what are they doing nowadays? Nothing. Mike Myers isn't doing anything. He was just in Bohemian Rhapsody.
No, I heard he goes around kissing boys just a little bit.
Every now and then.
Not like Kevin Spacey level.
Only the cute ones.
We'll get there. Yeah.
Kissing boys is okay, but
Only
they have to be older than 18.
No, you know what's that saying? If the age is on the clock. You know that one? If her age is on the clock, she's ready for the cock. You know?
Yeah.
So
I think I've heard that somewhere.
That's in the Bible, I heard.
I think it is in the Bible.
It's like Matthew 3.
Matthew 3:18, 24.
Yeah, there it is.
If it's on the clock, she's ready to dock.
She's ready to fucking dock. Oh yeah. Ew. That's not okay.
Gross.
Is it gross?
I don't judge, but
it's kind of fun telling people about docking for the first time and looking at the reactions. Like, what the fuck?
It's disgusting.
No,
it's absolutely gross.
Well, I mean, first of all, you can't say that until you try it.
Like, try it.
You can't judge before you do.
But I need to find an uncircumcised male. And I think I'm looking right at one right now.
Go to Israel. Actually, wait. Israel's where. What am I talking about? That's the complete opposite. Israel's like full.
No, that's where they have like shrines of foreskin. You got to think like far to the west.
Farther west, Japan.
Is that east?
I don't know. I don't know.
Listen. We'll find a way. I heard that if somebody blinks 3 times, when you look them straight in the eye, they blink 3 times in a row, and you say nothing, then they have their foreskin. So let's test it. Look at me.
What? What? Wait.
Look at me.
Watch Devin blink 3 times.
You're blinking.
He really wants to.
Well, he didn't blink. I guess.
Let me tell you about this story. If you ever see a video called Wario laughing, it's probably the best shit you'll ever see in your entire life. It's the best.
You think so?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I'd rather
I
see
also enjoyed the middle.
Waluigi laughing.
Have you ever seen it, Nathan?
Wario
I have
laughing.
not. I have not.
Oh, I had to show you that shit. Yo, wow!
It sounds just like that.
For like 1 minute and 30 seconds. Wow! It's good. It's good. It's something. It's a national treasure. So see that. But remember, it's a life pro tip. Stare into some male's eyes. If they blink 3 times, then they have their foreskin. So that's when you know you can perform docking.
That's when you know. That's when you know.
That's when you know.
Not by asking them, not by briefing them in any way. Just saying, oh, you blink 3 times. Get ready. Drop the pants.
Drop the pants. I'm going in.
Going in.
Ready to land.
That was actually in a Jimmy Neutron episode.
Oh yeah. Hugh?
No, it was Jimmy and Carl.
Ooh.
And Carl
wanna
blinked
see
3
that.
times because he was a beta male, and he did the new male smile.
And then Goddard did his little
then-
foreskin alert. Beep, beep, beep.
And then Jimmy
was ready.
said, "We're going in, Goddard." And then Carl's. And then it does
Carl's
a pan out.
definitely-
It does a pan out of Carl's house, and Carl lets out a giant blood curdling scream.
Carl's definitely a submissive type too.
He is.
Oh, definitely.
Carl.
Submissive to Ultralord.
No, that's Sheen. Sheen's Ultralord.
Exactly.
Ultralord.
Yeah.
That show's disgusting to look at. That show's actually disgusting.
Yeah, who animated that shit?
Why are their heads so big?
ISIS probably did.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely ISIS.
It's terrible. It's such a terrible show. Like it's just so like bizarre of a show to look at.
I don't know. I haven't seen it in quite some time. I just remember Pretty Little Miss Fowl.
That.
That's about it. I sometimes think. I think about her sometimes when I'm in bed. In a pensive mood.
Devon. Your science project got a D-.
Please stop.
Like it's just like a little thought bubble.
Oh yeah.
Devon.
I mean, it'd be good. That could be a deleted episode too.
That could be another. But it's like a live action episode. It's like some random kid on the TV and Miss Fowl's just in his head. It's like Venom, but
But better. Yeah.
Better.
So many snacks, so little time.
You got the squawk voice down. That's
Did you
pretty
guys see Venom?
I have not seen Venom yet.
good. It's the black guy, right?
No.
It's about the black
Close,
guy?
but not quite.
Oh, he's not a guy, right? He's kind of like a lizard thing.
He's an alien.
He's an alien. He's an alien symbiote.
Yeah, but is he black?
It's Marvin the Martian.
Technically, yes, he's black.
It's the whole movie is an allegory for racism in America.
Yeah, the
Right.
unchained black man, black alien.
Black alien.
Black on the inside until it comes out.
Yeah.
No, he's black on the outside too. I looked at him.
Is he? I don't know. I didn't see the movie yet.
Why?
You spoiled it. You spoiled the whole twist.
Oh,
God damn
fuck,
it.
dude. Sorry.
The whole twist is that he accepts himself for who he truly is.
Yeah.
And everybody lives happily ever.
Happily ever.
Is he a hero?
I don't even. He's a Spider-Man villain, but they made him into a hero for some reason.
That's called an anti-hero.
Actually, in the comics, he's kind of an anti-hero.
Oh, it depends.
I don't know. I'm not well versed
When
on
he was
this.
attached to Spider, I read the comics, right? I'm
Oh,
well versed in
God,
the
here we
comics.
go, here we go.
Yeah. Where you guys are about to
Do
get all of this shit.
explain. Do
Yes,
explain.
please.
Okay, so when he was first attached to Spider-Man, right? Because you know Venom was originally Spider-Man. It wasn't
I
some
didn't
other
know that.
dude. Yeah, he was originally attached to Peter Parker, right? And he
Like-
was kind of an anti-hero. Because like Peter Parker was good and the symbiote was like, whatever, I'm just gonna fuck around.
Yeah.
And then Peter Parker got rid of him. He's like, no, fuck you. And then he went and attached to somebody else and they tried to kill each other and whatnot.
Oh yeah, Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock.
Yeah, that dude.
The guy who's played by Tom Hardy in the movie, and he sounds like he's having a stroke throughout the entire thing. He sounds so bad. Like his accent, it's like Tommy Wiseau levels.
Oh boy.
It's basically The Room as a superhero movie.
Well,
It feels like something they made in the 80s.
I'm pretty sure I read this somewhere.
Yeah, it must be in a comic somewhere, right?
I think it was like a nutrition article that like dicks are like good for you or something.
No, stop.
Like
that
you
shit.
just eat the whole thing, like you're packed with protein and zinc.
I don't believe you.
Oh, you go.
Your zinc is good.
Yeah,
for
I saw it
skin.
on Guy Fieri's Diner, Drive-ins, and Dives.
Yeah, I think that's what I was.
This guy
reading,
makes the
like,
best dick in town.
Yeah.
I'm taking
then-
Flavor Town.
Yeah, and then he goes on the next episode. He's like, get these dicks out of my face.
dicks
Huh?
of
I'm sick.
Venom.
I'm sick of binge eating these things. Okay, I'm sick of binge eating these. They're bad for my diet. They're messing my diet up.
But really, the next day, Guy Fieri's no longer big. He's actually skinny and slim, meaning that the dicks.
Like Jared Fogle.
Yeah.
That's why Jared Fogle got so skinny.
It was a nice
See?
balanced breakfast
Protein.
of penis. Yeah.
Beta male penis.
Beta male.
Yeah, we gotta get him from somewhere.
Hmm.
It's harvest time.
It's harvest
You,
season.
you don't want a furry penis, no.
No. That's just gives you.
Like
AIDS.
Big Mouth. Big Mouth.
Stop.
Did you guys watch Big Mouth?
I'm telling you, I refuse to watch that show because
Why?
the one I will explain.
I can't find where to watch it.
Netflix.
Yeah.
I don't have Netflix.
Well, then it's not being returned.
Look up funny clips on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's like Family Guy. It's like Family Guy.
First one
Family
I'm
Guy. I just stumbled upon this like a week ago. But Family Guy has like so many of these clips where it just has like the clip. It says Peter Griffin adopts a dinosaur, and then you watch the clip, but it's like 5 minutes long. So it's like 4 minutes of nothing, and then like Peter Griffin walks a dinosaur down the street because it's a cutaway.
No. I mean, I guess that works.
Hey, Lois, remember the one time where I was in a YouTube video? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Peter! Peter!
Please stop.
Peter, our show got canceled, Peter. Yeah, Lois will just get moved to Netflix, maybe. Yeah.
Exactly. But no, the Big Mouth episode that I saw that turned me off. Turned me off. This fucking girl, she's sitting on her bed, and something's talking to her. And she takes her fucking mirror, she puts it under her dress, and then she fucking looks at her fucking vagina, who has a face,
Yeah.
and her vagina's talking.
Voiced by Kristen Wiig, by the way.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, the girl from Bridesmaids. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Either way, when I saw that shit, I was having none of it. I was having absolutely none of that.
But come on,
Instant
the hormone monster is pretty funny. The hormone monster is pretty funny. Not gonna lie.
I mean, I didn't even get to that part. I just saw that shit and I quit. I don't know. It was in the middle of an episode.
How did this become a show? Like, how did Big Mouth
Who
become a
thought
show?
of this?
Somebody just, needed a raunchy comedy. Somebody had the funds, and
It makes it easier to watch because they're voiced by adults, but they don't have kid voices. They just have adult voices, so it makes it kind of easier to watch.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that girl in the show that showed everybody her vagina was like 2 years old or something.
Yeah, and that's when all women go through puberty.
Yeah,
Between
2
the
years
ages of 2 to 4 years old.
Yes, that's what the caliphate wants you to believe. Islamic insemination.
Oh, did you ever hear about that? Like when I think it was like I could be wrong about this, but I think it was like a Muslim doctor or something, and he was mutilating
Genitals?
Yeah,
Female genital
female
mutilation?
genital. He was like
Yeah.
cutting like the clitoris out of like little girls or something.
But why?
Because apparently it's like I
Does he
don't know.
collect them or?
I think it's like female circumcision maybe. I think that's what it was. I think it was like something like that. But it's still genital mutilation because the parents have no idea what's going on. The girl
Yeah,
is
they
like,
just-
the girl doesn't know what's going on either.
And then just get a little slice, and that's it.
It's
It's game over.
game over.
That's it happens.
What
It's-
happens? Mutilation.
Slice,
Genital
mutilation,
yeah.
pain.
Yeah, you wake up the next day and you're like, oh god, I look like a Ken doll now. What's going
Oh,
on?
fuck. I'm smooth.
Smoother than a baby's cranium.
Cranium. Babies don't have craniums.
Yes, they do.
They're bobos.
Yeah, they have craniums. That's what they use. That's what Britney Spears used as an ashtray. She like just took like her baby's head and just crushed it in a little bit.
No, that's making the most sense.
just use your babies as walking ashtrays. You heard it here first.
I can see
first.
that. I can see that being a trend in like Korea or some shit. Like you take your newborn baby and you like mold their head into some weird ass fucking artistic
Korea,
shape.
North Korea is just.
Oh, not even North Korea, like South Korea. They all have weird fucking trends. But I can totally see that happening. You just mold your newborn's face into some pretty artwork.
Yeah, they say look, Stewie Griffin. Ooh, fat man. Ooh, Brian.
Shape it
Ooh.
into like some like Lisa Simpson's head. You know, where it's
With
just,
all
like,
the
fucking-
points coming out of it.
Yeah.
That would hurt
Yeah.
coming out. Like that would hurt.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
No, after it's out.
Yeah, you gotta do it average. How are you gonna do it while it's in the
Oh,
picture?
now I have an image of Marge giving birth to Lisa in my head, and it's not good.
Well, that's the
Her-
lore.
her
It's
just-
the
her
lore.
just
It happened.
No, I've got that same image.
That's another deleted episode.
Yeah, the whole birth. 1 hour. 1 hour.
Marge's like, Homer, hold my hand. Oh, but Marge, I have to dig the donut.
I mean, it wasn't. What do you call that? Immaculate conception. It had to come out somehow, didn't it? And
No, it came out of her stomach like alien.
oh, it's
Yeah.
just birth. Dude, I wish babies were born like that. That'd be so much more exciting, bro. Like you're sitting. Hold on. You're next to your dearest beloved, and they just fucking have their chest explode, and a fucking baby pops out. And you gotta, and that's the challenge for the husband. You gotta catch them if they hit the ground and they die. It's like a fun little arcade game.
You're without a child or a wife.
You must sacrifice. If you do it successfully, though, the chest wound closes, and everything's okay.
Yeah, it closes. It comes with a little zipper too.
That merges back.
That's the sound it makes.
Yeah.
Like a dripping faucet.
It bubbles a little bit.
Yeah. It's like it's like you throw a bath bomb into a bath, and that's what it's like, all foaming and fizzling, and then a little sea monkey comes out.
Are sea monkeys real?
They're brine shrimp. They're not like actual sea monkeys. Did you actually think they were like tiny, shrunken down monkeys that swim?
Yes. Not shrunken, but I thought they were like monkey based. Monkey like they have, monkey features.
Yeah, that's the missing link between fish and humans.
The monkey fish.
The sea
monkey. Yeah.
Sea monkey.
But they're brine shrimp. They're actual shrimp. So they lied. They lied to children.
Are they tasty shrimp though?
Yeah.
What kind of shrimp is not tasty?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Have you ever heard of a mantis shrimp?
Yeah, aren't those the
those are the ones that they keep in the fish tanks, and they have like the boxing gloves basically, and they punch out the glass. Oh my god, that's horrifying.
That's pretty badass.
If I
we should
see
make
any
them
animal,
fight each other. We should put them in like a little bowl and make them like kill each other.
That's the ultimate alpha male right there.
Yes.
Yeah, it's natural selection. We'll get it to work.
And those things are huge too. They're like the size of like somebody's fist or something.
Oh, that's impressive.
It's a huge shrimp.
That's an oxymoron. Huge shrimp.
Jumbo shrimp?
Jumbo
huge
shrimp.
Jumbo shrimp.
Oxymoron. Yeah.
Got any more oxymorons?
Yeah.
I'm looking at it.
No, I don't at the moment. We'll get back to that.
But yeah.
I'm not an oxymoron. I'm not a moron.
I'm not an oxy.
Yes, you are, you tit. Did the OxyClean die? OxyClean guy die.
Get the tough stains out.
Billy Mays?
Billy Mays here.
He died like a long time ago.
He did? Where have I been?
Oh yeah,
Billy Mays? Yeah. It's now the British guy. OxyClean gets the tough stains out.
Yeah, I think that's it.
It's like they got discount Gordon Ramsay to show up to peddle their wares.
You ever draw that Cards Against Humanity card, where the
biggest blackest dick?
No.
I love Cards Against Humanity.
The OxyClean one. There's an OxyClean Cards Against Humanity card.
Really?
Yeah, it's something like the OxyClean guy standing right behind you or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, interesting.
No, that was Mr. Clean. Mr. Clean.
Mr.
Oh,
Clean.
Mr. Clean standing right
there we
behind
go.
you.
Yay.
I love Cards Against Humanity.
What is your biggest fetish? The OxyClean man. Mr. Clean standing right behind you. Yeah, ready to clean me up, if you know what I mean.
Or your biggest feeder.
Do you think Mr. Clean like nuts, bubbles, and soap? Like it's not sperm. It's just.
What even is Mr. Clean?
He's a clean boy.
No, but what even is the thing that he is a mascot for? I forget.
Some type of cleaning product.
So it's not bubbles. It's like probably like bleach or something.
I was thinking more of like
even better.
One
You
of
try to
those
fucking get it in the
it's
mouth.
like, it's like acid. He burns a hole through whoever.
Oh, no.
he uses
He
it
makes-
like a gun. He just
Oh yeah,
shoots it.
That's one way.
He's
to
a
do
He's
it.
got
super
range too. Like
You
something
need
like,
some powerful fucking condoms for that.
Oh my god, there was this
difference right there,
this one product from like the 90s. It was like a super soaker type thing. But it like launched like congealed water. So it looked like in the commercial it looked like he was just squirting.
Stop. Don't even. Oh my god.
The fact that was a product that got made and got cleared for children to use is amazing. Even like looking back on like what products like we used to like play with and like look at as
Well,
children.
my biggest concern has always been Play-Doh. It's like, don't eat it, and yet you make it look
it's
like
so
the most
delicious.
realistic, the most
Yeah.
realistic ice cream, like the ice cream sets. I couldn't distinguish between the, like that and real ice cream, and I would go.
and you get
eat
those little like Easy Bake ovens, right? It looked like the exact same shit.
Well,
as
Easy
the Play-Doh
Bake-
thing.
Wait,
well, yeah,
Easy
good
Bake,
point.
you actually ate stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
but
exactly. It looks exactly like the Play-Doh shit.
You shouldn't eat easy baked stuff though. You shouldn't. It's like all chemicals and.
Yeah, but
Yeah, my cousin got a slushy machine, like a slushy making machine, for Christmas, and I looked at it and was like, "Is this safe?"
I mean, worst comes to worst, you get a little toxic cleansing.
It's like that. What's that shit called? Slushy magic, where you put the ice cube in there, like pure like rat poisoning, and the ice cube, and you shake it around in the
Oh,
drink
yeah, and it
and drink
becomes-
it. Pretty good.
Oh,
and then you
okay.
drop dead in like 2 weeks.
Imagine being the chemist that made that shit. He definitely had like a plan.
Imagine being the chemist who made like those creepy crawly bugs. Remember those? Like you have like the bug factory. You put the goo in like the furnace,
God!
and you cook it, and then you pull it out, and then it's like a little gooey worm you have.
Do you eat it?
Yeah, they're delicious.
Oh, I just thought he was.
You ever get one of those potato guns?
No.
You just take a whole ass potato.
I always wanted one of those.
You stick the gun in the potato and you just shoot it, and it actually hurts.
Yeah,
like,
it shoots.
fucking,
It shoots potatoes. It shoots like an actual potato.
Dude, what?
You never heard of a potato gun before?
Never.
My favorite
It's the
Christmas
coolest
movie, Iron Man 3, the little boy has a potato gun, and
he
shoots Tony Stark in the head with it, and he knocks him unconscious in the end.
To be continued.
Fatality.
I mean,
critical hit.
Do they sell those? Because
Potato guns?
I would buy
have one.
They sell real guns in like Walmart in like Texas or something.
Yeah, who wants real guns? We could fucking blast somebody with potatoes. Like, imagine if somebody dies from that. On their grave, you get to write, this fucker died from a
Yeah,
potato.
that was. I heard of a news article. I read this on New York Times the other day. There's a man running around the rooftops of a local town in New York, and he's running around shooting people with a potato gun.
That was definitely
He's shooting criminals with potato guns. He goes by the name
Mr. Potato Head.
no, by the name of his name is Spud-Nick
Spud-Nick.
because his name's Nick.
Because
Captain Spud-Nick, he likes to be called, and he runs around and he fights the villain known as a Condiment Man.
Condiment Man. Yeah.
He ties people up and floods their houses with ketchup and mustard. Like he has a giant Ford F-150 and dumps gallons and gallons of ketchup.
Asphyxiated by these fucking condiments.
Help us, Captain Spud-Nick.
And then Spud-Nick shoots out the windows with his potato gun, and he comes in.
You're about to be fried. Just fucking comes in with fucking guns ablazing.
We gotta think of some Potato Man punchlines.
Punchlines?
Yes.
Punchlines.
Punchlines.
Let's think. Mashed. just mash. That's it. Just mash.
I'm gonna get to the root of this situation.
Oh, fuck you.
Potato. Either way, you're gone. Either way, you're dead.
You're dead.
That's like that actually sounds like a 90s superhero.
I can see it.
Like a 90s like
Potato Man.
superhero. Yeah, it's like a cartoon. It's Captain Spud-Nick.
Captain Spud-Nick.
He swings around on his French fry ropes. his grappling French fry hook.
But what is his weakness?
Salt.
No.
Butter and salt.
Oh shit.
He's like a snail. He's like a snail person. He's like
So
Condiment Man. He's like, you're too late this time, Spud-Nick, and shoots him with salt, and then he starts withering away. His arm falls off.
Hits him with bacon bits.
Fuck, dude. It's game over. Condiment Man wins the day.
What are some other Spud-Nick villains? I read issue 45 of Captain Spud-Nick, and he was swinging from rooftop to rooftop with his French fry grappling hook, and Condiment Man was conversing with the commoners. The commoners. Oh no! Wait, I'm trying to think. Fuck. Oh, Captain Spud-Nick.
Bro, it doesn't even matter. We just know he's the greatest superhero.
Yeah, he fights gangsters and pimps on the street.
Blast them with those starchy bullets.
Those starchy bullets.
The fork.
The fork.
The fork.
Now that's a villain. Wow.
That's definitely
the spork. The spork.
The spork.
The spork.
That's when the fork and the spoon do the fusion dance.
Yeah, they do the Dragon Ball fusion dance, but then that's when the cartoon got canceled because they ripped up Dragon Ball. And then Captain Spud-Nick has been floating around the ether ever since, waiting for somebody to pick up his license.
It's destroyed by Master Copyright.
Master Copyright.
The real orchestrator.
The ultimate villain.
Basically the Thanos of this.
This time, yeah.
I snap my fingers and you cease to exist.
There you go. What is that? DCMA, whatever. The fucking copyright strike thing.
Yeah.
That's his weapon.
All of the superheroes, all of the cheesy '90s off-brand superheroes have been erased. Captain Spud-Nick. Pepsi Man.
Not Pepsi Man.
Have you heard of Pepsi Pepsi Man. It just there was like this video game of like it was like Pepsi. It was like this man. It was like this silhouette man, but it was like on grafted onto him was like the Pepsi logo. It was just running around in a video game.
I definitely heard
There's
that.
Captain Spud-Nick, Pepsi Man.
You know, there's.
They had to cancel that because it copied off of what's that shit called with the little chicken dude who like use the sodas as like a jetpack. You know what I'm talking about?
Chicken Little.
Chicken Little. There we go.
The sky is falling.
No, what about Chicken Brent from Collecting the Chance of Meatball?
Oh my god.
No.
Baby Brent. No, that's another superhero got
Brent.
Baby Brent got erased by DCMA in the 90s, and he came back and he played the Chance of Meatballs.
His reprise role.
Yeah, Baby Brent got his supervillain was Big Papa or something. I don't know.
Big Papa.
Big Papa.
That
They did a
was a
crossover
fantastic
episode.
trigger.
Yeah, there was a crossover episode of the '90s Spider-Man cartoon with Captain Spud-Nick. He was shooting his French fry webs.
Webs.
He has webs now. He got bitten by a radioactive potato.
Potato.
Oh, hash
spider.
brown. Maybe like hash brown strips.
I can see that. Those could be his grenades.
Yeah.
His kryptonite
No, I feel like
is
mashed potatoes would be the great.
mashed potatoes.
I don't know. Maybe.
No, that's his sperm.
No, that's his final form.
Oh, fuck.
He turns
One
into
giant mass of mashed potatoes.
like a
That's
brick of
pretty
mashed
tasty
potatoes.
sperm.
Come fight me now. And then he comes and he stuffs your entire mouth with mashed potatoes and you choke and die.
Oh,
Like,
that's how I would want to die.
and then
I
you
love
become
mashed potatoes.
You become mashed potatoes. And he
No,
keeps-
you become the next Captain Spud-Nick. That's how he transfers to another person.
Ah.
It's like Venom. It's like Venom, dude. He comes.
It is like Venom.
He instead of the symbiote, it's him as just liquid mashed potatoes. Just
rolling around.
That's like 2 times copyright fraud.
yeah.
Well, listen.
No, that's how they're bringing him back. They're bringing him back next year for the new Captain Spud-Nick movie.
Yeah, 2 wrongs make
Instead of Captain Spud-Nick, it's just Spud. Spud.
The Spud.
The Spud.
Spud. Starring.
Spuddy buddies.
Spuddy buddies. And then he grafts himself, he absorbs himself into the skin of Matthew McConaughey.
Like, of all the people.
Matthew, Condiment Man is wreaking havoc across the city. We have to stop him.
save the world.
All right. He just shoots some French fire webs and starts going around.
Oh my
What would you do
God.
if Matthew McConaughey had a potato gun and he came to your door and said, "We gotta get out of here, Devin. The town is being flooded by ketchup and mustard. We gotta get out of here while we still can."
Well, I'd have no choice but to follow along and see where he takes me.
You would have
Assuming he doesn't.
your
He's no
duty.
Kevin Spacey. He doesn't touch boys.
No,
Okay, good. Then I'll get in his car. Stranger danger.
the streets will be red in ketchup and salt.
Oh, the weakest shot with them all. I mean, you could pitch that. You could pitch Spud-Nick to Marvel. They'd probably pick it up.
Spud-Nick. No, but it's not even Spud. It's not even spelled like Spud. It's like Spud-Nick because his name's Nick.
Oh my God, I was expecting that.
Oh man.
And they don't say Spud-Nick. It's Spud-Nick.
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 Spud.
Spud-Nick at night.
Spud. That was the shit.
You know what
Spud,
shocked me the other day?
Nickelodeon.
You know what shocked me the other
What
day?
shocked you?
Do you know that
Lightning.
you know you know that
Shut the fuck up.
Alright.
do you know that website theslap.com from Victoria's?
Oh yeah.
That brings me back.
They shut it down.
It was an actual website.
They shut down theslap.com because
Oh,
it's
shit.
it's essentially it's porn. It's pornography. It's basically borderline pornography.
Are you telling me that I
I
could
blame
have
Robbie for
seen Ariana Grande's like tetas?
It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. I'm gonna pull it up. Yeah, it's
Robbie was definitely posting unwanted nudes.
yeah,
unwanted.
of the puppet. The puppet was naked. He's like,
Yeah.
I didn't agree to that or
What
whatever.
was the name of the puppy? Rex.
Rex.
Rex. Yeah.
Rex Tillerson.
My favorite character.
The slap was their Facebook or like Instagram or something on their pair phone, but you go to theslap.com and you see some videos. One of the videos was Ariana Grande trying to eat her own foot. There's another video of what's the black guy's name? Troy, right?
Duh.
I'm not sure.
Trey.
No. I don't remember.
I honestly don't
It's
remember.
right there. It's right there.
I'm not gonna remember.
It's something with a T. But he was squirting.
Andre.
Andre, there we go.
He was squirting ketchup onto Victoria Justice's feet.
Dude, that's hot as fuck. I can't believe we got taken down before
And
I saw
then,
that shit.
and then Robbie and Ariana Grande were putting like hamburger shit all over Victoria Justice too.
Oh, interesting.
And it was it was so bizarre. And then she was and then another one cat was squeezing a potato, and she's like, "Come on, give me the juice." And it was all of the videos were shot in like this wide shot, like it looks like something off of Browsers.com. That's what it looks like.
Well, I'm very upset.
And that's why I wasn't that surprised when Nickelodeon took the slap.com down. If you type in the slap.com now, it redirects you to Nickelodeon's page for Victorious.
Oh, it's
so
either
upsetting. Yeah.
So much has been missed. If only I knew.
Indeed.
Yeah. What did you guys watch a lot of Nickelodeon when you were growing up?
I sure did. I loved, what is it, Victorious, iCarly. That shit was.
iCarly, yeah.
A little bit of Ben 10.
Ben 10.
Was that
I don't think that was Nickelodeon.
Oh, you're right.
That was Cartoon Network.
Yeah,
I think.
I watch a lot more Cartoon Network than Nickelodeon.
I did.
I watched more. I felt like I watched more Nickelodeon than Cartoon Network, but I didn't really watch a lot of SpongeBob. I watched a lot more of like, and I watch Invader Zim a lot.
You know, that's the one I haven't seen.
That was like instead of Courage the Cowardly Dog, that's like what everyone used to watch. I watched Invader Zim. That was
They're both like strange.
They're really bizarre. They're disturbing shows. Looking back on them now, like.
Yeah, you ever seen Making Fiends?
What's that?
It's a TV show.
No.
I think it was on at around the same time as that stuff.
Remember Mad on Cartoon Network?
Mad.
Dude, that shit was wild.
That shit's so funny.
It was so fun.
There was like a lot of the jokes a kid would never be able to get. Was it on Adult Swim?
No, it was on Cartoon Network.
I feel like a lot of the jokes, like there was one joke about like Zach Galifianakis. Like, who the fuck is gonna know that?
Oh, and remember on that show So Random? It was basically SNL for kids. I felt like
yeah.
it was like this variety sketch comedy show, and they brought on guests a lot.
Wasn't that like All That?
It was kind of like All That. It was kind of like All That. All That was also like SNL for kids too.
Yeah.
Bring in the dancing lobsters.
But it's classic shit.
That's what. Speaking of SNL, that's where Kenan Thompson started.
Yeah.
Kenan, and then he went on to get Kenan and Kel, and they made the Good Burger movie, which was terrible.
That sounds really
terribly
familiar.
good. What?
Kenan.
The dancing lobsters and
That was a skit. That was a skit.
If we
that was a
showed
skit and
you,
all
know.
that. There was a skit and all
You
that.
know.
It was so funny.
Iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cartoon Network I watched a lot of too.
Definitely a lot of Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Like
The original Teen Titans.
Yes.
It's Courage the Cowardly Dog.
I never watched Courage. I never really watched Courage.
That was creepy as fuck, dude.
It was creepy, but it was great.
Like just the premise, they literally live in the middle of nowhere.
And it's always like raining outside and shit, and there's always like lightning.
Yeah.
I live in like the middle of a desert, and yet he's always reading the newspaper. And that's the one thing
And
that
where do they
freaked me
get the newspaper from?
Exactly.
No, there's like this. I read up on the Courage lore, and apparently they live in the middle of nowhere because Courage is a sheltered dog. He doesn't go out much, so that's his idea of like living in society because he doesn't see a lot of people. He doesn't go out a lot.
So
he's
what
in
you're
the middle of
saying
nowhere.
is like they might not actually live in a desert in the middle of nowhere. That's just how he interprets.
It's all shot from like Courage's perspective too.
Gotcha.
So like, that's a pretty cool conspiracy theory. Here's another one for you. Ash is in a coma.
Oh, I've heard it.
Ash is in a coma.
I don't like that one. It's like the first episode where he gets shocked by Pikachu, right?
Yeah, and he goes into a coma for 10 years.
Yeah, that's pretty much how that theory explains how
he never ages.
He never ages. But here's a better one. In the very first episode, I think he sees Ho in the sky. You know that legendary bird.
Yeah.
And the Pokedex entry for Ho-Oh says it grants like your wish or something. So easily Ash's wish was just to be able to catch Pokemon forever, and that's how he doesn't age. I prefer that better than him being in a fucking coma.
Or maybe he's one of the elder gods of the universe, and he never ages because he's immortal.
Or that makes the most sense. But somehow every time there's a new season, he goes to a new region, his Pikachu goes back to like level 0 and fucking loses against these basic ass Pokemon after previously beating the Pokemon League.
I watched Digimon more than Pokemon when I was younger.
Digimon was a TV show.
Digimon was way more badass than Pokemon.
Wait, that was a TV show? I thought it was just a game.
It was a TV
It
show.
was a TV show.
There was literally a Digimon, right? It started off as a little rabbit guy, right? And he as a cute little rabbit guy. He evolves. He's machine guns for hands.
What the fuck?
He's machine guns for hands.
that's
And he wears jeans.
What?
That's way more badass than Pokemon, honestly.
No, I don't know.
Give me one of those.
Digimon was so badass. And all of like the evolved forms of them, they all had like guns and lasers and
You
shit.
ever watch the Yu-Gi-Oh TV shows?
No, never watched Yu-Gi-Oh.
That shit was intense, yo.
Yeah, but not on 4Kids. They were censored on 4Kids.
I watched Bakugan too.
Oh, I love that
I never
shit.
watched
Main
Dragon
character's name is Dan. That's all I remember.
My favorite bits were when they weren't like they didn't like transform yet, so they were still like the little balls, and they were all talking to each other when they were rolling around.
Little ball form.
It's funny.
I had a lot of them, but I got angry one day and I
Yeah.
broke them all. So and like threw them against walls and shit. I don't know why.
Yu-Gi-Oh was almost like kinky, honestly.
Really?
Like if you think about it, like what that one guy had that like shock collar on.
Really?
Oh fuck.
I really was never into Yu-Gi-Oh.
I used to watch the one where they're racing around on motorcycles a
Akira?
little bit.
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't
No, like the
Oh,
actual YouTube Yu-Gi-Oh series.
Oh,
I think it's
you're talking about
GX.
just anime in general.
I think it's Yu-Gi-Oh GX. They're fucking on these motorcycles and they go around a circuit and they play the game like card games on motorcycles. Very
They're
strange.
making a
Don't-
Pokemon movie now, like a live action one.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
Mr.
I saw
Check
that
the
one.
picture.
Oh, no, I didn't
wild.
see it. I want to see that
I
one.
I
see
don't. It's gonna be terrible.
It's gonna be good. I'm praying that it's gonna be good because then that opens up the door
I
for
really
live
want it to
action
be.
like Pokemon, live action Digimon, maybe live action.
Oh, that's a stretch. I think live action Digimon.
I want to see a live action Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, badass like a Blue Eyes White Dragon would be.
Oh, that'd be so.
Ooh.
Yeah. But you can't get that like hair in real life.
You're right. You're right. You
fucking-
can't get that.
Did you ever
Whack shit.
Did you ever see the Dragon Ball movie?
No, dude, but I know it was so atrociously bad. Like the special effects were like.
No, but Goku goes to like this white like this high school. Like he's in high school. He's like this in this like High School Musical type high school, and he's bullied and he's
Goku bullied.
Goku got bullied, and
Yeah,
the guy
that's-
calls him Geeko for some reason. instead of Giku, he calls him Geeko.
That's the funniest shit.
Goku.
Yeah, I mean.
I never watched Dragon Ball either. I never really got into Dragon Ball.
I only saw a couple episodes. I was never. It's not really my thing. But they're making a new movie. It's a Broly remake, I think.
Really?
But it's animated this time.
Ah.
So don't know where it is here. So,
Mm.
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, I know, like anime wise, I never really got into like anything except for Pokemon and Digimon when I was younger.
I watch occasionally, but I'd slow down.
And then I watched Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, it's just fantastic.
Yeah.
I saw that.
I watched Avatar. I think that's really the only.
I never got into Avatar either.
Oh my
Avatar was
God.
good.
I
Let
know.
me educate you right now.
And
Oh,
before
man.
you give a brief synopsis of the whole fucking plot, don't do that. It's a good show. Watch it.
Book 1, Book 2, Book 3.
You really just need to know like the beginning. I don't have it memorized.
Well, no, I don't know. Well, here's the thing though. Like, The Legend of Korra.
I never saw that one.
Is that on
I
Nickelodeon
thought
or
it
Cartoon
was
It
Network?
was on Nickelodeon, but here's the thing, like, they never used to tell you when it was on. Like, I had such a
Yeah.
hard time, like, knowing when it was going to be on, and I always missed all the episodes. So I've been meaning, as a resolution, to finish the whole fucking show. And I know there's, like, complete DVDs somewhere. You know, I watched that. Okay,
It's on Hulu.
I want to spoil
I've
it.
got Hulu. I don't have Netflix.
Legend of Korra?
I wanna
You wanna
spoil
spoil it?
Do I have permission?
You have permission
You
to
can
spoil
spoil it.
Legend of Korra.
I'm
Okay,
never gonna watch it.
So,
Spoiler alert, Legend of Korra.
So, I went and I heard that it ended, and I heard that the ending was very like controversial. So of course I had to know what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So without having seen like 3 seasons, I went right into the final episode. At the very end, right? Korra and Asami, which is this girl, whatever, they're friends. They fucking like date. That's how it ends. Like they love each other.
No, I think I actually heard about that.
Yeah, so they're fucking lesbians the whole time. In this show, I'm like, what the fuck? Can you believe that?
What kind of Shyamalan twist is
Yeah,
that?
exactly. So at the very end, I don't know if they you know, Korra puts out her hand and Asami takes it, and I think they kiss like at the very end.
I heard that Robin Williams' daughter is in the show. Like she like does like voice acting for one of the characters.
Oh yeah,
Zelda
I don't know,
Williams.
but I really enjoyed that. I just gotta.
I should start watching it. But I recently started watching Clone Wars again because
Oh
the new
my
season.
god,
I
I used to
remember
love
that.
that shit. Wait,
So
new
good.
season?
Remember that?
New season? Yeah, they're.
Oh, I remember that trailer. I definitely saw the
yes,
trailer.
the new season's coming out this year.
That's so
2019.
crazy, dude.
Oh my god, it's gonna be so good because they're gonna wrap it up. They're gonna wrap up everything from the Ahsoka books. I'm such a huge Star Wars nerd, dude. Don't even get me started.
Okay, listen, me and Star Wars, we have an interesting relationship. I've never seen a single movie. But
Get out.
stop. let me tell you. I played all the Lego games,
Really?
so I know the
you know the basic plot.
I know the basic plots. They don't speak, but they use charades, and I get the gist. Like, you know, General Grievous gets fucked up, or whatever. I don't know. Mace Windu gets thrown out the window. Isn't that what happens?
Yeah, Samuel Jackson gets thrown out the window.
Yeah, and then he dies.
Yeah.
So I know some things, but I only played Lego games and a couple of other games. Never saw it.
But yeah, apparently what happens in the Ahsoka books is because spoiler alert for Star Wars in general, Darth Maul comes back from the dead.
Oh yeah, with the spider legs.
He has spider legs, but then he has real legs.
Oh shit.
And he decides to take over the planet of Mandalore, which is pretty fucking cool. Because Mandalore, if you look at like Boba Fett or Jango Fett, that's where they get their armor from, the Mandalorians.
Oh really?
And they're all like these warriors and all that stuff. So he decides to go there, and he teams up with this guy named Pre Vizsla, who's voiced by the great Jon Favreau. Yeah. Jon Favreau, chef Jon Favreau, and he decides to take over the planet for a while. And Obi-Wan goes there, and he has a love interest.
Obi-Wan?
Yeah, Obi-Wan. He has a love interest named Satine, and they
Obi-2?
But Satine gets killed.
Oof.
So he's all like,
he's back to being a virgin.
He's back to being virgin beta male number 1 in the galaxy. And then he and I might be wrong on this, but they never see his control back from Mandalore, from Darth Maul. And Ahsoka Tano, who's the main character of the series, the girl, the weird white thing. She leaves the Jedi Order because she gets accused of some shit. She leaves the Jedi Order, but which this is probably like a couple months before Episode 3. So she leaves the Jedi Order, and Anakin's all like distraught about it. So apparently they're making a couple new arcs for the season. They have the Bad Batch arc, which is like a bunch of clone trooper stuff. They have Kyber Crystal arc, which is like Death Star stuff, and then they have the Siege of Mandalore arc, which happens to like it coincides with Episode 3, which Ahsoka comes back and leads part of the 501st, which is Anakin's army. She has her own little division, and she leads them to take on Darth Maul and Mandalore. But guess what? Order 66 happens in the middle of it.
Oh shit!
And all the clones turn on her, and except for Captain Rex, who's like another new character from the show.
That's crazy. Wait, is it canon?
It's canon. They have like this whole arc at the end that goes over Order 66 because some guy, like one of his chips malfunctions and he shoots a Jedi before Order 66 happens. Oh, so there's like this whole investigation about it, and the guy, one of the clones figures it out, but he gets killed, and then Captain Rex removes his chip because he's like,
interesting.
The whole thing is canon. It's such a good show.
Yeah, I used to watch it actually, but I still haven't seen a movie. I just don't remember much.
Really? Just watch. If you want, watch Episode 3, watch the original trilogy, and if you want, watch the two new ones. You don't have to watch the two new ones.
Well, what about Backstroke of the West? Have you seen that?
What's that?
So, I think it's, I don't know which episode. I think it's Episode 3, right? It's a pirated version of Star Wars that uses like Chinese like fan subs, like translated back into English and voiced by people in English. So it's like the whole movie in like fucking English gibberish. Like it's 1 hour and 30 minutes of this garbage, right? Or no, not longer. The movies are long of that. It's ridiculous. If you're absolutely bored and you have that much time, just watch it. You'll laugh. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Yeah, but I think it's called Backstroke of the West.
There was also this other Star Wars show from like when the movies first came out, like the new movies, like the prequels. It was made by the people who made Samurai Jack.
Really?
And it looked so cool. Like there was all this action and all that. It was so cool.
So this happened?
This happened. It's not canon anymore though, because the new series canceled it out. But it's still such a really good show to look at. Because all the animation is really good.
What's it called though?
Clone Wars.
Just
Clone Wars.
Oh. Wait, then what's this new one called?
Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Actually sounds interesting.
But yeah, it's also a really good show. Like both of them are really good. But the animation, it's pretty wonky in the new one, because like in the first couple of seasons, their mouths are all over the place. Like their mouths are like all over the place.
Oh yeah, that mouth sync.
But the older series is animated like Samurai Jack, which is really good because I love that show.
That's really fucking cool.
That show had great animation.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, how was your Christmas?
What? Well, let me tell you about mine.
Wait a minute, I thought
I woke up in the morning.
Oh my god, I'm having deja vu. Stop, cut it, dude. Cut this right now.
Cut the shit. You ever heard of poop knives? You guys ever heard about those?
What?
Let me tell you guys about poop knives.
I already know about them.
Oh, okay, good. You're educated. Do you have one?
I don't need one.
You don't need one? You never tricked like such a fat shit, like it just doesn't flush.
Listen, I have a technique
Poop
for that.
knife? Wait, so it's basically like a plunger then, right?
No, you cut basically like you cut your poop in half, like while it's still in the toilet because
So it doesn't.
How long is this? Like a kitchen knife? You have to stick your whole hand in it.
Yeah, it's basically just a kitchen knife.
Oh Christ!
No, but it's helpful.
Did they go on Shark Tank for that?
No, there's not a special.
hey sharks! I'm selling you the poop knife.
It's a knife that you cut your poop with. I want $50 million.
Did you ever have to flush a toilet, but it's just so big you can't flush it? To cut it in half with the poop knife. And Mark Cuban's just like, it's just a regular knife.
No, it's the poop
It's the poop knife.
It's the poop knife. He's repurposing an already established product.
It's got like a nice curved blade.
Man, that's let me guess, it's an ad seen on TV product.
Definitely.
No, I think it's just like a cultural thing that has gained more traction because people realize that they don't want their fucking toilets getting clogged.
People are tired of using plungers. And
People are tired of getting their toilets clogged.
When they take their plunger, they pull it out. You got that toilet water going everywhere because the plunger's wet.
Yeah, you got the toilet water splashing in your face and like, ugh.
Yeah. Next thing you know, you're like tasting your shit water and it's just.
Well, I just vacuum. Like I don't even flush my toilet. I just take my vacuum and I just stick it in there. It actually works. No, really.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like
no, but like one of those little like those handheld vacs, right? Not like the full on like.
No, I use the whole fucking power vacuum. No, you don't have to stick the bottom in it. There's usually a nozzle that you can use.
Oh yeah.
So if you're feeling adventurous, by all means, stick the whole fucking thing
So you suck the dookie in there.
Yeah. Just suck it up, and
what if it's too big to go into the nozzle thing?
It'll fit.
You have to.
What if it's like like a hard poop, like a constipated type shit?
It'll fit. If your vacuum was made in the last 2 years, it'll have the suction.
But you
power.
haven't seen my shits, okay?
You're right. I haven't seen them, and I don't want to see them. That's enough of that.
Nathan's gonna open up his phone and he's gonna quickly like turn it off because that's gonna be his wallpaper.
Scat porn.
Oh God.
Ooh. Just like the guy who's watching training porn. Who's that? Alex Bones. Alex Bones was caught watching training porn on his phone. That's why InfoWars is even better now. No, really.
He's losing his mind. Did you see the video of him jumping around in the frog costume with the tutu on?
What the fuck?
He's jumping around and he's like, I'm a gay frog, and he's jumping around in like a tutu in a frog costume.
Oh no.
I want to see that.
It's an actual thing. It's for real.
For real.
For real.
I'll have dreams about that.
I mean, I don't want a site to get shut down. How am I supposed to buy steroids and other illicit goods?
Jesus.
Malfunction.
That didn't pop my eardrums, so it's fine.
All right, good.
Last topic of the day: children's shows.
Oh no.
Now, I watched this show called Sesame Street. Have you ever heard of the Sesame Street?
Yeah.
Sesame Street?
The one with that green dude who's in the garbage asking people for like.
That's
fucking
Oscar.
For money and crack, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I remember it. I never watched that show. I preferred what's that shit like Ni Hao Kai Lan?
Ni Hao Kai Lan?
Oh,
yeah.
They taught me some very important phrases. Fun fact.
Wait, is that?
That's Japanese.
God damn it.
Fun fact. We're gonna learn some Chinese. Here's what Ni Hao Kai Lan taught me. Ning Jing Hun Shao means your dick is very small.
They said that on the show.
Oh,
They said that on the show.
Yeah, they teach you. They also teach you. They teach you a great many things. So I recommend you go out and you watch it.
I watched Sesame Street. I watched that show. What's it?
Oh, Dora the Explorer too. I watched.
I watched Dora the Explorer. I watched
Go
Barney.
Diego Go.
Go
Fuck
Diego
that.
Go. What else?
What do you mean fuck that? That was better than Dora.
Go Diego. Do you like Dora more than Go Diego Go? You liked Dora just staring at you from the screen, just saying, "Where do we go next?"
Yeah,
Dora was
I would
creepy.
get up and I'd point to the screen.
Diego was badass. He, like,
Diego
swung from
was
vines
swinging
and shit.
from French fry vines.
Yeah, yo.
Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
Wait,
That all makes sense.
Diego was Spud-Nick all along.
Whoa! That's another copyright.
It's another copyright strike.
They tried to bring back Spud-Nick as Diego, but
They couldn't cast
the
man
white
brown enough.
supremacists were like, Spud-Nick is a white character. You can't race bend Spud-Nick.
Race bend.
You can't do that.
Avatar, the last race
I
bender.
was just thinking of that.
You can change your race.
Bender.
I also watched a show called In Between the Lions. Have you ever seen that one?
The Lions?
Yeah. It's Sesame Street for big brain intellectuals.
Really? No.
It's Sesame Street, but instead of like letters and numbers and shit, they taught you how to read in the show. It's the same format. They teach you like rhymes and like the stories and shit. And it's basically just like it aired on PBS as well.
Okay.
Alongside Zaboomafoo in Sesame Street.
What about?
Did you ever watch Zaboomafoo?
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 No, I did not.
You didn't?
I used to watch Teletubbies.
Teletubbies?
It's nightmare material.
That's a
looking
fever
back.
dream. That whole show is a fever dream.
It's like the
You know what really freaked me out? The baby's face appeared
on
in
the
the
sun.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Dude,
That's fucking creepy.
looking
shit.
back, like I don't know if I could like tolerate it.
Like,
Maybe.
it's like blood curdling scream.
Exactly. That shit appears.
And
in my
I
head.
remember the vacuum. That's about it.
Would you?
Oh yeah, the vacuum that like followed you around.
Oh yeah. I would love to have that vacuum around in the house.
I don't want that.
Yeah,
shit.
just while you're sleeping, it's on your.
You're
bed,
gonna wake
just
up. You're gonna wake
sounds
up.
like
You're
it's
just gonna
like-
see it next to you, staring at you, and
Yeah,
next thing you know, your dick sucked up.
No, it sucks up a pillow and starts suffocating you with it.
Man.
That's how I'd want to go.
Would you do better if the sun was actually Crazy Frog instead of the? Wait, what was that?
Jigga jigga, the
Wait,
Indian
is that
Crazy
the?
Frog.
Oh, is that the Indian Crazy Frog? That's what he said.
Yeah, go home and watch that. It's, what's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah, you know Crazy Frog, right?
Nope, I've never seen.
Oh
it.
fuck you, dude. You do know. That's Crazy Frog. Actual life.
Oh, okay.
Actual life.
No,
Yeah.
I first heard that in Monsters vs. Aliens. You know when he walks up to that gigantic robot and starts playing that?
Oh yeah, the president.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, dude.
You know that was Stephen Colbert, right?
That was Stephen Colbert.
Stephen
Yo,
Colbert was the president in that
What
movie.
a fucking god.
Yeah, and he starts playing the actual left song and he goes.
He's starts flicking his little stiffy.
Yeah, in the original music video for Crazy Frog, he has a penis. It's like a little,
Yeah.
it's like a little doorstop looking thing. So he flicks it.
Yeah. That's how you take out the villains.
That's how you take out Condiment Man.
The ultimate weapon.
Yeah, Spud-Nick and Crazy Frog take on Condiment Man in the new issue of the crazy adventures of Spud-Nick
And Frog.
and Frog.
Man, I would pay for that.
I would pay to watch
money.
like it's like
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, but it's Spud-Nick into the Potato-Verse.
Oh my god.
Captain Spud-Nick into the Potato-Verse. Oh, I think that's a good place to end it.
I think so too.
A
Well,
whole lot of quality.
quality content. We talked about a lot of defecation today.
Oh yeah.
A lot of defecation.
Courtesy
Oh, that's my
of
favorite
Nathan.
part.
Nathan Ledank boy.
We invented a new superhero.
We invented a new superhero.
That's gonna get licensed by Marvel.
Marvel, if they announce a new movie called Potato Man or Potato Boy,
Credit us.
credit us.
Yep.
Bring me onto the project. I will make Captain Spud-Nick right. I will make him right. I will make him a minority if you want me to.
Oh shit.
I'll make him a woman maybe if you want me to.
Woman minority?
Nah.
A woman minority.
No, that's now you're pushing limits here.
That's not
You
gonna
can
happen.
only go so far.
Well, until next time. Any last words?
I gotta take a shit.
Fuck you.